I feel better when it doesn't work for him. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 2025 Tiger Ventures graduation ceremony. The first order of business, restrooms are located outside of these doors, down the hall to your left. Emergency exits are located on either side of the cafeteria. We are pleased to welcome and extend our sincere thanks to some special guests joining us this evening. Members of the Union-Endicott Board of Education, on stage, our president, Dick Testa. Vice President, Jim Chirillo. Board member, David Jensen. And then members unable to be present with us, Louis Ferraro, Glenn McGiver, Joe Oswald, and Linda DeLuca. We are honored to welcome Dr. Nicole Wolf, Superintendent of Union-Endicott Central Schools. And please also join us in welcoming Assistant Superintendents Jennifer Murdoch and Pamela Portland. We extend our warmest welcome and deepest thanks to the many administrators and educators, both past and present, who are here today to help celebrate our students. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, a heartfelt thank you to all of you in the audience, the incredible support system behind our graduating class. Whether you're a parent, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, a cousin, a guardian, a teacher, a staff member, a neighbor, a friend, your presence here means everything to these graduates. We truly wouldn't have reached this milestone without your encouragement, your care. Thank you for walking alongside our students every step of the way. Please give yourselves a round of applause. Kyle Burns is going to join me here. Would everyone who's able please join me to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? The flag is located there. So Kyle is going to lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So my name is Annette Barco, and I'm the principal of Tiger Ventures, and it is with pleasure that I again welcome you to the graduation of the Tiger Ventures class of 2025. Woo! The only way to learn is to live. This past weekend, I did something I haven't done in a while. I read for fun. I know, shocking, right? I picked up a good book that wasn't assigned for school or recommended by an English teacher. It's one of the small freedoms you discover after high school, choosing what to read simply because it interests you. The book was The Midnight Library by Matt Hay. It follows the story of a young woman, her name is Nora, at a low point in her life. She's lost sight of all she's accomplished, and she feels like a failure. In many ways, she's standing at the opposite end of the moment you're in right this moment. While you're stepping forward into a future full of possibilities, she's looking backward with regret. But then something extraordinary happens. Through a blend of magic, science fiction, and some truly thoughtful writing, she reconnects with a version of her school librarian and begins a journey through her book of regrets, a place where she sees all the lives she could have lived and the choices she could have made. What she learns through that journey is simple yet profound. The only way to learn is to live. I wish I could assign that book to all of you. Not as homework, but as a conversation. I'd love to hear what you think of it, starting at the start of so many new paths, while I reflect on the ones I've already taken. That's the thing about graduation. It's more than a ceremony. It's a signpost in your life, a moment you look back on and measure from. From here on out, you'll face choices that don't come with instructions. You'll wonder if you're heading in the right direction. You'll make some mistakes. You'll also make incredible discoveries. And through it all, the lessons that matter, most won't come through a textbook. They'll come from experience. Because you won't have a magical book that lets you rewrite that past. You'll do what all of us have been doing. You'll move forward, sometimes unsure, sometimes afraid, but always growing so long as you stay true to yourself. You'll know to be kind, to treat people with respect, to do your best even when it's hard. That's how you learn. That's how you live. At one point in the story, the librarian figure, her name is Mrs. Elm. She's part teacher, part sage. She says, when you have worries about things you don't know about, like the future, it's a very good idea to remind yourself of the things you do know. And that's good advice. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. What matters is that you keep going, keep learning, keep becoming yourself. And eventually that main character, Nora, because she's learning through those experiences and she's learned in that midnight library, comes to understand that the meaning of all those decisions and regrets really comes down to being herself and accepting others as they are. And she ends up giving herself this advice. She says, if you aim to be something you are not, you will always fail. So aim to be you. Aim to look and act and think like you. Aim to be the truest version of you. Embrace that you-ness, endorse it, love it, work hard at it, and don't give a second thought when people mock it or ridicule it. Most gossip is envy in disguise. Keep your head down, keep your stamina, keep swimming. And let's be kind to people in our own existence. Let's occasionally look up from the spot in which we are. Because wherever we happen to be standing, the sky above, it goes on forever. Nora finds peace with her unique life and her unique choices because she realizes she has learned something from them all. So as each of you walk across this stage and into what comes next, take this with you. The only way to learn is to live, and live you all shall. Congratulations, class of 2025. I'm so very proud. Now we'd like to get to the good stuff. We have a tradition here at Tiger Ventures where our faculty members present each student to the audience before sending them over to the board president to get their diplomas. We do this in alphabetical order. I'd like to invite Alyssa Zappia to the podium to introduce the first student.
Over the last 5 years, Luca Hollow has made a lasting positive impact on our school community. Beginning in 8th grade, Luke established himself as a hardworking student, a kind, supportive classmate, and a leader among his peers. Everyone knows and loves Luke. Luke took advantage of as many opportunities as he could. Not only did he star in our drama club performances, he was elected president of the drama club this year. He also served as the president of student government. And for the past 2 years, Luke excelled in the criminal justice program at BOCES. While Luke's accomplishments are impressive, what is most impressive about him is his character. Luke has a heart of gold and always goes out of his way to help those around him. One of my favorite memories of Luke may not seem like a big deal. Luke certainly didn't think so. but I think it sums him up perfectly. We were in the makerspace, and Luke noticed that the shelves of art supplies were a disaster. If you're wondering if your teens are as messy at school as they are at home, yes, they are. Luke did not create the mess, but he used his free time for several days to reorganize the supplies. Why? Because that's what Luke does. He finds small ways to make big differences. Luke doesn't do these things for praise or recognition. He does them because that is his nature. I'm sure everyone at Tiger Ventures could share a story about how Luke helped or encouraged them over the years. From the moment Luke came to Tiger Ventures, he has helped to make our school a better place. And I know Luke will go out into the world and continue to find small ways to make a big impact for his community and loved ones. Luke, we are so thankful that you chose to come to Tiger Ventures, and we will miss you so much. And if you want to change your mind about the school graduating from high school thing, Mrs. Oliniak and I would be more than happy to have you hang out with us all day, every day next year. You just let us know. Because of his lasting impact on Tiger Ventures, the teachers and staff have voted to award Luke Apollo with the Esprit de Corps Award, which is given to a senior who has demonstrated the true spirit of Tiger Ventures by being a leader and helping others. The student is willing to go outside of the box and reap the benefits of this unique program. Congratulations. I would like to welcome Natalie Murphy up to speak for our next graduate.
Hello. I have the pleasure of presenting our next graduate, Logan Briggs. Logan has been with us for 5 years and has overcome obstacles and significantly grown during that time. We are so proud of the accomplished young man that sits before us today. As an 8th grader, Logan was always doodling cars in the margins of his classwork and telling us about vehicles he hoped to own when he was older. It's only fitting now that Logan is an auto tech student at BOCES. I think I have learned more about cars in my 5 years of knowing Logan than I have from owning one. Logan has always been a natural in that way. Logan has also overcome a lot in his lifetime. He has had several challenges and obstacles, all of which he met with grace and determination. No matter how bad his day is or what he has going on, Logan is always kind and meets everyone with a smile. It's been wonderful to watch Logan's confidence develop and come into his own as a student, mechanic, and accomplished young person. His strength is an inspiration to us all. The traits of a racing driver include speed, technical knowledge, physical and emotional fitness, and willingness to take calculated risks. The Dale Earnhardt Jr. Award goes to a student who has found his lane, has the ability to perform under pressure, and has developed the confidence to choose his own path to victory. It is my honor to present Logan Briggs with this award. I'd like to invite Gavin Bohm up to present our next graduate.
Hello, thank you. Next up, we have Kyle Burns, a student who I've gotten to know exceptionally well over the past few years through theater and poetry and English class, and it's been wonderful. We've both learned a lot from each other. For example, Kyle taught me why theater productions don't use real glass for their props. In fact, he taught me that lesson twice in rapid succession. And I hope I've taught Kyle a thing or two about the beautiful chaos that is the English language. From morning Mad Libs to overtime rehearsals, from Colonel Mustard's broken eggs to King Caterham's multiple personalities, Kyle has approached the world with an exuberant joy and a quality that makes itself most known in Kyle's poetry. I am still impressed by a poem Kyle wrote for me in 9th grade about a golden pendant, and by his time on stage for the Poetry Out Loud competition. His instinctive eye and ear for poetry is why Kyle is this year's Poet Laureate. The recipient of this award displays an impressive command of the English language. The student uses writing, specifically poetry, as a creative outlet and has produced pieces worthy of publication. So, to conclude, I'd like to leave you with one of Kyle's last wishes for me, written on a Post-it note on my desk. Please, don't get killed by a million bumblebees. Thank you. I'd like to invite to the stage Mr. Brad Foster.
All right. Sometimes teaching can feel like a thankless job, and if you wonder, if you'll actually be making a difference. At times, it could even feel like students are actually trying to prevent you from doing your thing. So you really have to find the small things that make doing what you do worthwhile. Like watching a student experience something new for the first time, or it can even be something as simple as a thank you. Every once in a while, you even get that student that tells you that you're their favorite teacher, such as Tyler Crown. But Tyler took the favorite teacher thing to another level. I'd be walking down the hall, or I'd walk into a room, and I'd hear, "Hey, it's my favorite teacher." It didn't matter if there were other teachers around, or where we were. I'd even see him in public, and he'd say, "Hey, favorite teacher." For the past 3 years, favorite teacher literally became my name to Tyler. At first, I would humbly tell him, you don't have to say that. But over time, I just grew to accept this new label. And now I look forward to it and appreciate it because it became my daily reminder that what I was doing was making a difference. I'm not really sure what I did to have earned this moniker, but I'm glad I did. Because Tyler, for as happy as you are that you had me as a teacher, I'm equally as happy to have had you as my student. Because students like you make teaching worthwhile. Tyler has received the Congeniality Award. This award goes to the student that brightens up each room they walk into. Their bright attitude and uplifting spirit will inspire others to be their best selves. Congratulations. And I'd like to introduce Lindsay Webster.
It is my honor to present the Dream Big Award, an award given to a student whose aspirations soar far beyond the ordinary. This year's recipient is someone whose future is full of purpose, passion, and potential. He's graduating early, not because he could, but because he put in the work, stayed focused, and never stopped dreaming big. He's worked so hard that in addition to graduating early,
He's also receiving a Regents Diploma with advanced designation, signifying a higher level of academic achievement, requiring students to demonstrate proficiency in math, sciences, and languages. He's creative, musically talented, kind, and always helping others. He has a way of making everyone, both students and staff, feel seen and special. I'll never forget hearing him sing down the hallways, full of energy and joy, and without fail, always shouting, "Webster," the second he saw me. That's just who he is, someone who brings joy, warmth, and light wherever he goes. We are so proud of him and can't wait to see where his dreams take him next. Congratulations to this year's Dream Big Award recipient and 2025 graduate, Gabriel De Jesus. And I'd like to introduce the next speaker, Kelly Lauren Turillo.
I am so honored and proud to be here to present the Wanderer Award to Jonathan Dodson. So Jonathan came to Tiger Ventures as he began his high school journey. He charmed us with a smile, his wit, and his intelligence. We knew we were in for a wild ride with this boy. Everyone knew that he was incredibly smart from the very beginning, and it didn't take us long to realize that he was going to do things his own way and take his own path. He had charisma, he had capability beyond measure, and he would often go off on his own road to try to find his own solutions to his own situations. Sometimes that road was bumpy and a little hard to navigate, but Donovan would remain tethered to the people here at Tiger Ventures for support and encouragement. And at times that tether would get worn a little thin, so thin that I worried that it would break and he would get lost to us. But as the finish line of senior year came closer into sight, who came running across it, doing it his own way, was my boy Donovan. Finishing, flashing that smile, proving to us that all who wander certainly are not lost. I'm so proud of you. I truly am, and I cannot wait to see where your journeys take you next. And Tiger Ventures Wanderer and graduate of 2025 is Donovan Dodson.
You did it!
And that part of back up our stage for our next graduate, please.
I have the pleasure and privilege to talk about Madison Hinman, or Maddie. I've been checking in on Maddie regularly outside of school, at the job, probably a little like a stalker, on weekends, with my mom, in the car, through a drive-thru. And not many people realize how much Madison has grown over the past year, both personally and professionally, especially through her current job at Starbucks. Over time, she's developed into a confident, capable leader who not only manages her own responsibilities with excellence, but also takes on the critical role of training new employees. Madison goes above and beyond to ensure that each new team member feels welcome, supported, and prepared. She patiently teaches them the skills they need, breaks down even the most complex tasks into manageable steps, and creates an encouraging environment that helps others succeed. What sets Maddie apart is her unwavering positive attitude, strong work ethic, and natural ability to collaborate with others. She consistently demonstrates relatability, kindness, and initiative, qualities that make her a standout employee and invaluable team player. How do I know this? I asked her managers. Her managers at Starbucks have recognized her leadership potential and dedication, noting the same strengths that we've long appreciated and admired here at Tiger Ventures. Maddie's journey is a powerful example of how real-world experiences can shape and elevate a person, and we're proud to witness your continued growth. So you have earned the Climb Every Mountain Award. This award is given to a student who has had to overcome significant obstacles in his or her life to get to this point. It honors the success in conquering those obstacles and the gained knowledge that you have, because we know you have the ability to overcome more in the future. Congratulations, Matthew. I'd like to welcome to the stage Jen Canoni. I was hoping the font was a little bigger.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to graduation. I have the true privilege of speaking on behalf of Annabelle Hopkins, who's been my Wordle buddy and resident Hamilton aficionado for the past 4 years. In the spirit of Hamilton, I have attempted to work as much reference as possible to this musical masterpiece into Annabelle's commentary. Let's see if you can follow along. How did a smart young ninth grader in need of direction, you can snap, grow up to be a scholar Hamilton legend? How did she emerge victorious from the quagmire to the high school to become a superpower? Yeah, turns out she had a secret weapon and intellect. She's unafraid, she's ready to step in. She's constantly, consistently confronting her fellow classmen. Everyone give it up for America's secret Wonder Woman, Annabelle. Oh, there's more. But if you get Annabelle with me, like that's how we get help, okay? Okay, Annabelle, she's taking this horse by the reins to get all of us smarter with her brains. But she's never gonna stop until she makes them drop, burn them up, scatter her remains. She's watch her engaging them, escaping them, enraging them. She came to us for more puns and came back with more runs and quips. And so the balance shifts. She rendezvoused with us right here, faced all of her fears. She won the war of studying, beat her peers at debating. For her to succeed, there was someone else she needed. I know, Hamilton. Okay, I'm done with that. Yeah. So I am dearly going to miss my right-hand human at this school. She's accomplished so much, from that quiet, introverted ninth grader to become a champion debater and critical thinker. She understands nuance and complexity like no other, and I'm grateful for Annabelle in my life. I wish you all the best in your future, and remember, history has its eyes on you. Love you, kid. Annabelle is the recipient of the RBG Ruth Bader Ginsburg Award. The recipient of this award is strong in her convictions, a lifelong learner, and is proof that women can do anything. The award recipient educates herself on important issues and is open to exploring new pursuits. She's courteous, kind, and strong. Congratulations, Lafayette. I'd like to welcome Natalie Murphy back.
So I'm so sorry, I won't be rapping. Sorry, boy. I have the pleasure of presenting our next graduate, Boyd Plinko-Lisenby. Boyd came to join us partway through their 8th grade year. It has been a wonder to watch Boyd grow from the shy, unsure 8th grader to the confident, outgoing senior here before us today. One of the greatest things about Boyd is their unfailing ability to be themselves. From the first day meeting Boyd to today, I have been continually amazed by Boyd's ability to express themselves. Boyd, your emotional intelligence is a gift. The world would be a better place if everyone was as aware of their feelings as you are. As you've matured, we've gotten to watch you express yourself and your emotions through many modalities. No one has ever left wondering what you're feeling. You can always tell Boyd's mood by their outfit choice, the music they're listening to, the stories they write, and art they create. Thank you for trusting us with your creative works. Boyd, I don't want to embarrass you by piling on more compliments, but I have to mention your kindness to others. If a student is having a bad day, is learning something about themselves for the first time, or is trying out a new style, you're the first to support them. You're always willing to look at something from another's point of view and cheer them on when they need it most. What a beautiful quality. Boyd's thoughtfulness, creativity, passion for self-expression, and open-minded spirit has inspired many at Tiger Ventures. It is with that spirit, and it is my honor to present Boyd Plinko-Lisenby with the Renaissance Award. Congratulations, Boyd. I'd like to welcome Gavin Bone back to the stage.
For the next student here, Mr. Jason Reynolds, not to be confused with the author. Sorry, I couldn't leave that not said, Jason. Jason came to me in 8th grade asking for a copy of Sun Tzu's The Art of War. Not usually what the 8th graders come looking for. So it wasn't much of a surprise as this quiet, thoughtful student began to dig deeper into philosophy and eventually found his way to Stoicism. I had the privilege to watch as he grew, tried new things, nearly passed out from heat exhaustion during his critically acclaimed role in The Crucible, taught elementary students how to persevere through an alien invasion, and expanded his understanding of himself and the world writ large. He developed a critical mind and crafted a kind soul, a readiness to question and a willingness to change his mind, truly embodying famed Stoic Marcus Aurelius' quote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." All this and more is why I am proud to present Jason with the Secretary of Debate Award. The recipient of this award has an uncanny knack for debating. This person uses facts, anecdotal evidence, and their passion for persuasion to support their points. The recipient is strong in their convictions and can intelligently defend their stance. And so, I'll leave y'all with Jason's final philosophical musings of his high school career. Keep doing you, Brochacho.
Hi.
In fact, by popular demand, with definitely the second rap of the night, Jen Capandi again.
Like, no. Rap, Roman. Okay.
Hello again, and thanks for being here as we celebrate the accomplishments of James Roman. He's made an impression on us all, and I'm especially proud to speak on his behalf. When James first came to us, he was the quiet young man in a wheelchair we had to worry about during fire drills. It seemed like you were in that chair forever, and I'm delighted not to have you annoyingly clinking around our classrooms anymore. It was very evident from the beginning that you were special. You clearly had a dizzying intellect and a super dark, funny sense of humor. Talking about politics and getting riled up about the current state of affairs with you was always the highlight of my day. More importantly, you've entrusted me with helping you through personal challenges, and for this, I'm most grateful. So thank you for including me in your academic and personal journey. I'll miss your good-natured, likable personality and your wickedly awesome intelligence. I missed yelling, "Roman!" down the hall and making fun of politicians, elections, and everything else associated. If you work more on your motivation and confidence, I emphasize motivation. You can do anything in this life, and I mean anything. Don't forget to go to college. You've been an honor to know and teach, and I'm proud of you. It's my pleasure to present you with the Summit Award. The recipient of this award has made significant progress during their time at Tiger Ventures. The recipient has demonstrated significant personal and academic growth. The Summit Award is given to a student who has persevered and overcome numerous challenges. Congratulations, Roman!
I'd like to welcome back Kelly Lawrence Urillo. Awkward conversation with Ms. Urillo. She loves that about me. I could not be happier and more proud to give the Fierce Woman Award to Leah. Leah came to Tiger Ventures as an 8th grader, full of middle school drama and goofiness. But what was immediately obvious about Leah, even as an 8th grader, was that she is a fiercely loyal friend who puts the people she cares about and their needs above her own, and that she has a very strong sense of justice. She's never afraid to speak out when she thinks that something isn't fair, especially if someone has wronged a person that she cares about. Leah does not back down. As Leah grew and matured, we learned how bright and capable she was. Yes, she was sometimes hanging out in the bathroom when she was supposed to be in class. But more times than not, if we checked on her classwork, she was caught up and she turned her work in, so we couldn't even really get mad at her. If she sets her mind to something, Leah is strong and determined and smart enough to do whatever it is that she needed to get done, like getting all of her English done in 2 days for this course. She's also passionate and kind, but she doesn't always want you to know that about her. But she is. My wish for Leah as she graduates is that she believes in herself and sees her inner strength, her beauty, and her intelligence. Because I am so proud of the fierce woman that she has grown up to be. And now I'd like to welcome Luke Apollo to the podium to speak on behalf of the graduating class of 2020.
All right, here we go, guys. Thank you all for coming. It means a lot to see an audience like this one more time before I graduate. Some of you may know me already, but for those who don't, I'm Nick Paula. I appreciate all the parents and family that make it see us at our finest. I'd like to start off by thanking my mother, my family, for making me strive for better from where we started in New Jersey. So thank you, I really appreciate it. I never thought that from being a shy kid and always quiet that I would walk into something that is a completely different person. I give credit for our teachers. We as a class have grown so much. The people that wouldn't give up on us and let us grow into ourselves. We all have come from our own paths and pushed past the walls that we built and developed into individuals. The field trips created wonderful memories, even though I know we didn't have a bunch of resources, but we do what we've been doing. We use what we have. Even though we are a small school, we have a lot of compassion and heart for our students. Throughout the 5 years I've been here, I've had unforgettable times with all my friends. The best part of it was doing it all together. I've had people around me going through the same thing, so I didn't feel alone. I hope that all of us, after we cross this stage and take a leave, will carve our own destinies and take what we have gotten from here, and never forget all the time that has led us to this moment. When I was growing up in Endicott and going through school, I wasn't the smartest kid in the room. I had trouble reading and understanding when it came to new topics, so I needed extra help at times. When I first came to this school, it gave me a chance to get the whole picture of what I was learning, and from then I took off. I've been in 4 school plays, been at many community events, you've probably seen me there. Placed myself in numerous clubs, including this year. Became president of 2 clubs in the same year. I was also the captain of my criminal justice class at BOCES. Got the highest history readings last year, volunteered, and got the award for the scariest costume back then. Now, it's all over. I can't believe it. All the events and school field trips have flown by. I could bring up so many happy memories about Tiger Ventures, but then we would be here all night, so I'll end with a quote, keep roll. According to all aerodynamic law, the bumblebee cannot fly because its body weight is not in the right proportion to its wingspan. But ignoring all these laws, the bee flies anyway. Thank you all for listening.
So before Luke sits down, I actually have to note 2 additional honors for Luke. So Luke received the Presidential Education Award in recognition of outstanding academic achievement. This award includes a certificate, letters from the President of the United States and the Secretary of Education, and a pin. Luke also received a Community Service Award for his work in criminal justice as a CTE student at Rheumatoid Arthritis. Congratulations. So much stuff are waiting for you in the makerspace in their holders, okay? But I didn't want you to carry things and break things, so they're waiting for you in the makerspace. So, graduates, we've come to the point in the ceremony where you need to stand up. So please rise. Let's give them a well-deserved round of applause. All right, we're going to take the passes that are on the right-hand side, and we're going to move them to the left, signifying your official transition to graduate. Would you please rise as well? It is with great pride and joy that I present to all of you the Tiger Ventures High School class of 2025. Graduates, in a moment, we're going to recess off the stage and into the hallway. We will ask everyone to please remain standing until they have exited. Afterwards, please join us in the hallway. We have refreshments, and graduates, please don't forget to stop in the makerspace. You're going to pick up your awards, pick up your gifts, and out in the tennis courts, there are giant signs with your faces and names on them. We want you to get those as well. We are so glad that everyone is here tonight. Thank you for joining us. Congratulations to everyone. Let's give them one more round of applause.